Hello, my lovelies. Today is March 18th, 2021. The current temperature today on this windy and rainy day in Halifax is 4 degrees Celsius. I was just trying to attempt to record this and my umbrella flipped inside out, so I got the case of the giggles. I have kiddo with me. I do have a cheap $3.99 IKEA umbrella. So, but I think I'm okay now. I think I'll close up the umbrella because it's not as raining as it was. All right. So today I am in the Westend of Halifax, and we are just going to go for a walk. We're near the 102 highway when it comes off the provincial highway when it comes into the city. Every so often I get like little splurts of rain. And yes, that is a real word, splurts. Okay, I made it up. You're on to me. So, we'll see how this goes. Yesterday I had planned on recording because it was a beautiful day. Sunny, spring-like, but I had a doctor's appointment and it was a phone appointment, and my doctor was 2 hours late. So that kind of made me a little on the cranky side. Oh, sorry about that. I'm going to adjust my horizon. I just don't want my umbrella in the shot. So right now I'm on Bayers Road. As you can tell, it's a high traffic area. Let's change that up. I have my gimbal really down low because I have to really hold on to this umbrella with my left hand, and I'm not a lefty.
Windy day.
Super windy day.
Jeez, sorry with
You know what? We are just going to close up that umbrella and say the hell with it. If my gimbal gets wet, it gets wet. Whew, train tracks. These are the same train tracks that you see down in the South End that go down to the terminal, but they went from having a whole bunch of lanes or rails. I'm just helping Mark there with the umbrella. So those are the train tracks that connect to the container terminal in the South End. There is the 102 off-ramp over there that takes from the highway. You can close the umbrella, Mark.
Just hard.
I just had somebody walking by and waving, but I realized the camera wasn't on him. So this is one of the busier arteries too in the city. This is what gets you from downtown onto the highway, which is a provincial highway. But we're not going to be walking along Bayers Road for too much longer. There is construction up ahead because they are widening the road again and putting in a dedicated bus lane. This is one of the major routes to come into Halifax from the highway. The other way is coming in over on the Dartmouth side, and a lot of people they like to come across the bridge. Now I'm hoping, I'm trying to go by memory of my Google Maps. Now this building here is called the Vincent Coleman. Now if anybody's familiar with any of those Canadian heritage spots, Vincent Coleman was the telegraph operator who had warned the trains coming into the city that there was an explosion back on a cold, snowy morning in 1917. So he was the guy that became an unsung hero and a martyr for the city by letting people know, letting the trains and other ships coming in with Morse code, letting them know that 2 ships were on fire and they collided in the harbor, thus setting off the Halifax explosion. Now the area that we're going into today, I think it is called Westview Park. I will have to Google that again when I get home. I do believe that's what it is called, but it is public housing here in Halifax, and this is one of the largest public housing developments here in the city. And I know when I was looking at the satellite image, the way that the townhouses are lined up, they're all in a zigzag pattern next to the road. So we'll just take a I'm not familiar with this area. I've only driven through with friends as a shortcut maybe once or twice. As you can tell with the green bins out, it is recycling day. Recycling and garbage day. It's Thursday. So yeah, there's it's kind of like in a V shape. So that gives the tenants in the townhouses a chance to have like a front lawn. And they also have a backyard as well. Now the majority of the population that is in here are new Canadians, recent immigrants. It's almost like they're starter homes before they get to move on to other areas. And there's probably some single parent households here as well. So all this property is owned by the city of Halifax, and rent is based on your income. We are in a affordable housing shortage going on right now in the city. So I can just imagine for public housing, the wait times must be quite long. Now a lot of people do use this street here as a shortcut from coming through off of the busier streets, like Joe Howe, to get over onto Bayers Road. I have a car waiting for me. As a pedestrian, I am not obligated to run. I got some basketball courts. So there is a look down. Actually, that is St. Andrew Street. That's where the cars are coming, because it does come out from Bayers Road. And there is one of the two high-rises that overlook the train tracks. I almost got an apartment in one of those a while ago. Years ago, I should say. So we just left Romans Avenue, and we are now on Federal Avenue. My apologies for the wind. We're expecting a snowstorm tomorrow. Our annual, because it happens every year, March break snowstorm. It is March break here for the students in Nova Scotia. And there is a snowstorm forecasted, 10 to 15 centimeters. So we'll see. We just came out of a cold snap from last weekend where the wind chill temperatures were pretty cold. Oh, that's just a cul-de-sac down here. There's some old and some updated of the townhomes. So we'll see how much snow we do get tomorrow. I woke up a little late today. I was texting with a really good friend last night, and looked at the time, and it was like 11 o'clock my time, and I was like, I had to tell her, I was like, I gotta go. I gotta get up tomorrow, and she had to get up because she has to work. And my work right now, besides doing this, is looking for work. But so I got off I stopped texting, and then I was getting ready for bed, and then I fell into the Pinterest hole. I said, oh, I'm just gonna look just for 2 seconds. I saw something on a YouTube video earlier, I'm gonna look it up on Pinterest. I didn't go to bed till 1 a.m. I know. Bad Bevy. I do have Kiddo with me walking, and he's being awfully quiet. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm glad that the wind
died down. Yeah.
I know what you mean. The winds can be strong in some places.
Sure can. It flipped my...
Oh, that's why I was holding on to the thing to stop it.
Oh, I smell smoke, and it's burning wood. So, might be coming up straight ahead of me. I can smell maple. And I only know that because when we were kids, we had a wood stove in our home. So it looks like they're doing some renovations in there. And some remediation, so that looks like one of the older buildings. I do believe the city built these in the mid to late 60s. Most of the public housing areas within the city date to those times. This is by far the largest one in the city. Pardon me. So, the wind. So I did wake up a little bit later than I had planned, but after I had my coffee, I hopped in, got washed, got ready, and came out. Today is a yoga pant day, so I'm comfortable. And I'm wearing ducky boots in case I walk in some muck or puddles. So I just took you around like the major streets. There are other areas, but we are going to be going back out to that wind. We're going to be heading back out to Bears Road. And we're going to follow we made a circle. So what we're going to do is probably just follow Romans Avenue over to Mumford Road. See, this is a 2-for-1. I'm killing two birds with one stone because I'm out, I'm getting some content. So you can see all in between here, there is like some playground area and park where all the backyards kind of like come together. So that's nice. I'm a person, I would probably try my hand at gardening again this year. During last year's lockdown, I grew potatoes. I took some potato cuttings and put them into a great big huge pail with some soil. And within a week I had sprouts, like shoots coming up through the dirt, which got me so excited. And by the time July came along, I had about 8 really good sized potatoes. So I'm not inept at growing things like I thought I did. I thought I had a black thumb. But I live pretty high up in my building, so I can't really have a garden. And there is a community garden across the street from my building, but I think I missed the cutoff date to apply for a little plot. So there's always next year. I'm cheap. Not that way. I'm cheap in the fact that I would rather grow my own produce than pay those crazy prices at the grocery store. I just remember growing up, my Grammy had a huge garden in our backyard because she lived with us. And she always had from strawberries at one end to corn on the other and everything in between. So we are back out at Bears Road. No matter what time of the day, it is always insanely busy. I try not to come down on this street to walk because it is so insane. But for you, my lovelies, I will. See, there's more traffic coming. This is also one of the main thoroughfares to get to the Halifax shopping centre. It's the largest mall in the city. It's only 2 levels though. But if I wanted to go in and say what the largest mall in the whole province of Nova Scotia, that would be Micmac Mall over in Dartmouth. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to make a video in the mall, especially at Micmac, because I don't know those security guards, but I do know security at the Halifax shopping center. But I don't want to walk around with a gimbal and my smartphone. It's a little too obvious. So whenever I win the lottery, I'm going to get myself a pocket, or when I start working again, that will be a treat. I will treat myself to a pocket and be inconspicuous and record. So this here is Vaughn Avenue. All the homes that are here in this area, as with most of the Westend, are pre-World War II or post-World War II. These were homes that people bought out of kits. I think they came from the Sears catalog, a lot of these house kits. Now recently they did make Romans Avenue a slow street, so there are little dippy-doos. That's another word I made up. Fact. And they have speed bumps on here because a lot of people were going from Bears Road to Mumford Road and just zooming through. And this is quite residential with a lot of families. And we have another park here, the Kenneth Walker Park. Kenneth Walker. Sounds like 2 Kens that are YouTubers. They have a park named after them. So there is a park in there with a huge playground, I do believe. And off in the distance, there is another apartment building going up. I see the crane. And this is a teeny tiny little cul-de-sac. You can see the playground equipment between those 2 homes. Actually, it's not all that cold out. The wind isn't too bad. I am wearing quite a few layers though. But my nose isn't as runny as it was the other day at Eastern Passage. Oh, it looks like the playground got smaller. There's a few items. I always thought that there was a splash pad in here, but I guess not. And the birds are coming back. There's all the little wrens picking in the backyard. Oh yes, way back, a few minutes ago, I was saying that this was going to be a kill 2 birds with 1 stone, film a video, and I am going to go to Walmart because I need to pick up some things. I don't buy groceries there. Their produce section is not the greatest. I just have to go in and get some toiletries. I'm running low on some toothpaste and some dental floss because you know I got to keep my pearly whites pretty. This is Archibald Street. It's funny, I've never really walked in and around like these little streets. I've driven through them as a passenger in a car or a navigator. Now these lucky folks that live around here are pretty much across the street from Walmart, Sobeys, Winners, Tim Hortons, because you know you gotta have Tim Hortons everywhere. And you also have the Halifax Shopping Centre. Probably this is a no exit, but you can probably see one of the mall entrances right there. So you're close to a shopping mall. Sorry. Where they have an amazing food court. They, when they were doing renovations a few years back, they took out the old bowling alley that was there and converted it into, they call it the terrace. So it's this great big indoor food court, and it has outdoor seating in the summertime in some spots, but it's all glass. And they turned it into almost like an atrium. It's very nice. They classed it up. So up ahead, where Walmart and all that is, they still consider this part of Halifax Shopping Centre because they do own it, but they call it the Annex because it's an annexed property, I guess. I don't know. It's looking down to Aikens Avenue. Now, HSC, Halifax Shopping Centre, does not have an anchor store anymore because when the mall was first built in 1962, this was the Eaton's department store. It was 3 levels. Then when Eaton's went out in the 90s, the mid-90s, Sears Canada took it over. And we know what happened to Sears a couple years ago. So right now it's 3 floors of emptiness. I, myself personally, would like to see a Nordstrom come in. Or do a Hudson's Bay, Saks Fifth Avenue, because the Hudson's Bay that used to be on the Halifax side of the harbour is now converted into office towers. And we only have a 3-level Hudson's Bay over at Micmac Mall. So this is Mumford Road, and that is the Mumford Road bus terminal. Is there a button to push?
No.
Okay. So once I get across the street, yes, I know that is the most annoying chirping. It's so loud, but I shouldn't complain. It is for those who are visually impaired, or they may have hearing impairments, so they can hear it. Once I get across the street, I am going to sign off. And okay, I have to get Pit Stick at Walmart too. I just realized that. So I know, I'm telling you when I need it at Walmart. And I'm thinking about picking up a protein shake because I'm pretty much all out. So I gotta get some of that. I don't see any buses coming. So we do have Cleves, that are a local sporting goods store. Mark's Work Warehouse, they're everywhere. And Moore's. Pier 1 is out of business. And somehow they did put an Ardene's in here for all you lovelies who have teenage daughters who like to go there and get cheap hair accessories, jewelry, and whatever else. Alrighty, so I'm going to sign off. I'm cold and Walmart is just that way, so I'm gonna go and do that. I know, no makeup on, this is me au naturel. So I will catch you guys later. Ow, and I keep forgetting this. Hold on, don't need to see my ugly face. What I'm gonna do is tell you that I do have, there's Walmart. I do have my links to my Patreon in the description, as well as my PayPal if you want to support my lovely channel. So they're there, and hopefully I will be uploading a video soon, or live streaming, because I think I'm gonna get the TELUS bill is getting paid today. So anyway, my lovelies, I will catch you later. Bye.